Alright guys, welcome back to Madden 25. Little bit of a different video here. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my method to winning games in the new MUTMAS Draft Zero Chill event. But before we get into that, I have been playing this off camera and I got probably the most crazy clip I've ever seen. So I'm up 7-0 versus this guy and he scores a touchdown and he goes for 2 to try to win the game, and you guys got to see this.
Looking to throw it. They're in field goal range, but it's intercepted. Ball's loose in the end zone. They got their own.
So yeah, I have no idea how that happened. I don't know how I got so unlucky. That is definitely the most unlucky play I have ever been a part of. That was crazy. But anyways, let's get into this. We're gonna go ahead and get right into the draft. We're gonna spend 300 snow in order to get in here. And alright, so the playbook is important here. Now for me, I do like to usually go with an offensive playbook, one of the best offensive playbooks. So you got Giants, Seahawks, Ravens, Patriots, you know, those kind of playbooks. But obviously all these offenses here are pretty garbage, but we do have one really good defense, and that is the Browns defense. So I do think I am going to go with that. Defense can be a good pick for coaches, but I would usually go with a good offensive playbook there. And now here we're just going to take Derrick Henry. It's a no-brainer to take Derrick Henry. If you run the ball in this, it's really easy to run the ball in this game and be effective with it. So definitely try to take a good running back, Derrick Henry, if you have the option. Okay, perfect. This is exactly who I wanted, Randy Moss. That's the 3 players I want on offense: is a good quarterback, Derrick Henry, and Randy Moss. That's the only players I want, because Randy Moss is 6'4", 98 speed, which is absolutely absurd. And now for defense, you want as many defensive backs as possible, because if you're playing Randy Moss, you're gonna need guys that can guard him. So let's see who's the fastest here. Sean Taylor has, okay, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and take Sean Taylor. He's the fastest DB in that round right there. Now, perfect, we get ourselves another defensive back. We could either go Sauce Gardner or Jalen Johnson. We're gonna go Sauce Gardner because he's a lot faster right there. And then the offensive line round, whoever that ends up being, I would probably choose a guard or a tackle. We don't have any tackles here. If you do have a tackle, make sure you can try to take that left tackle. But for now, we're gonna take a left guard here with Elgton Jenkins. And then, did we just get another offensive line round? We did. We're going to go ahead and take Jawan Taylor, I guess, to be our right tackle. Now, I usually go the defensive back route here, you know, in drafts, by getting as many defensive backs as possible to, you know, be able to guard some really fast wide receivers, because you can get beat deep in this mode a lot in the draft. So I would definitely take as many defensive backs as possible, but you could also go the route of getting as many good pass rushers as possible, so then the quarterback can't even get the throw off his thing. So if you manage to match up with somebody who has like Tom Brady or something, it would be very beneficial to get as many pass rushers as possible, because he can't escape the pocket, you know. But in this case, I am going to go Tyreek Stevenson here, and he'll be a good cornerback number 2. We do get a Darius Slay there, PJ Locke as well. We don't have a strong safety. We do get a pass rusher right here. I'm going to say that the last 2 rounds we're going to get a pass rusher. So I am going to go with PJ Locke here to be our other safety. Okay, then here we go. We got the quarterback round here. And I'm just going to take whoever's fastest. That is, Randall Cunningham. So we'll take him as our starting quarterback. That is very nice. And, ooh, we get Will Anderson Jr. here. We also have Darrelle Revis and Brian Branch. Don't really need Brian Branch. Revis would be nice. We already do have 2 corners. I think, you know, we got 2 safeties. We drafted 2 corners. I think that's enough DBs for the moment. We're going to go ahead and take Will Anderson, see if we can get a little extra pass rush there. But now let's go ahead and get into a game, see if we can capture a win. All right, our opponent has Michael Vick, it looks like, A.J. Brown, Mel Blount. All right, he's got a pretty good team as well. Now, the Browns defense does have a pretty good 4-3 package here. I also like doing nickel a lot as well. But if you want to go more blitzing, I think this mid blitz, or this DB blitz right here, is pretty good. And then just running, you know, classic mid blitz. We're going to start this off with a blitz and see if our good DBs can just cover his wide receivers and tight ends in man coverage. And he already gets a flag to start off the game. Yeah, we actually don't have a user for this game, which is all right, because we're just going to be setting, you know, blitzes. We're going to be being back deep in zone coverage. And, oh my gosh, I got stuck on him. But we do end up getting the sack. He had a touchdown to his running back because I got stuck on him. But yeah, the blitz is definitely good there. The only thing you have to worry about is, you know, covering the running back, which obviously I was not very good at on that play. But in terms of zone, cover 3 is usually pretty good in these situations. You just got to make sure that they don't have a guy running down the seam. So you might have to, you know, personally go over and cover that with a linebacker. But for here, second and long, I think cover 3 is a good option. And he's gonna get sacked. We get a safety. That's what I'm talking about. And that was like one of the 80 overall players that just got a sack right there. So pass rush it's still easy to get sacks even if you don't draft good pass rushers. And then in terms of offense, what I like to do just to start off is just to see if you can beat them over the top, because in this game mode, it's pretty easy. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? That was the easiest touchdown I've ever seen. He didn't even try, but usually it's pretty easy to beat the player over the top in this game mode. If you can, definitely draft Randy Moss, because he is by far the best wide receiver for this game mode. I think this is a pretty cool play right here as well. We got a little mid blitz with a deep zone from Sean Taylor. Let's see if we can go ahead and get a sack here. And he's going to test his guy deep, and he's got A.J. Brown. He's down to the 12-yard line. See, that'll happen sometimes if you can't get through on the blitz. I think he max protected right there. You guys see what I'm saying about, you can get beat deep really easily in this game mode? And he's going to go RPO here, and we're all over that. Sean Taylor making the stop. And, like, obviously when you get into these type of zones here, you want to run flat zones. And oh my goodness, Will Anderson getting the sack. Yeah, once your opponent gets close to the end zone, run those hard flat zones. Because I find a lot of times they'll throw like a drag route or something like that. So I'd say like within the 10-yard line, definitely put some of your DBs on underneath routes, and we're just getting home every single time. But like, guys, seriously, you don't need to go super crazy on the pass rushers. At least how I like to play. You don't have to go crazy when drafting pass rushers, because you can see we're getting home with just one pass rusher that we drafted, that being Will Anderson, and a bunch of 80 overalls. So I think definitely lean more on the defensive backs, because you can get beat deep really easily in this game mode. And see, like right there, we got an interception, Sauce Gardner, and we're going to go ahead and get tackled at the 10-yard line. But you see what I mean about, the importance of defensive backs in this game mode. Just like that, my opponent has quit the game. Man, guys, that's just how I play the MUT draft. If I had to like put it in bullet points for you, I'd say in the playbook, make sure you try to get an offensive playbook, but if you can't, defensive playbook's alright too. Try to get Derrick Henry and Randy Moss. Those are your two big players that you really want on offense. And then make sure you get a lot of defensive backs in the draft. You could go pass rusher if you want to, but you really only need like one pass rusher to actually get home for the sack. And yeah, in terms of plays, try to beat him deep at first, but if not, just play the short game. You hand it to Derrick Henry, stuff like that. But like I said, it is very easy to beat players deep in this mode. And then on defense, you can experiment with the different blitzes. Mid blitz is a really good one. If you do decide to play zone, I would probably play a deep zone, but still have somebody over the middle just in case your opponent throws over the middle. Yeah, with that said, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys stay tuned for all my videos, and until next time, peace out, guys.